Welcome back to Fit for Life. We're going to talk about posture again, but it's going to be a little more in depth this time so that you'll realize the importance of it and really try to work on it. We're going to work on it together, and then you can do things on your own too. You can take notes if you want. Maybe I should slow down a little bit. Watch other shows that are talking about the same. There's a lot out there. AARP has some great videos for senior exercise, so keep that in mind. The name of the show is Sit Up Straight, and I'm going to give you just some of the facts about poor posture. It's aging. It makes you look 10 to 20 years older when you're sitting like this all the time. It's unhealthy. It's bad for your body. Why? First of all, you need strong upper body muscles to maintain your posture, right? And most people don't have that. They concentrate more on their legs. So it's unhealthy. It actually affects your balance. Poor posture will throw your walking off, in turn affecting your balance. And that's really important that we don't fall. We don't want to take that first fall because sometimes it leads to something else or another fall. 1 out of 3 people over 65 take a fall every year. It's not only painful, it costs a lot of money. It strains your neck. Poor posture strains your neck because your head is out here and your neck and shoulders are back here. Can't support your head. Your head weighs 10 to 12 pounds. Did you know that? That's a lot. It also, as I said before, it decreases your height. It makes you look shorter when you're walking around like this. It compresses the discs in your spine. It contracts your muscles. It makes them tight here, stretches them out here. They become painful. So that's why we stretch and open up the pectoral area, right? We've done that many times. So it contracts your muscles and it weakens your muscles. So we have to really maintain that strength training. We did quite a bit of it in the last class, and we're going to do a little bit more in this one. So let's get started. We're going to do some upper body stretching and strengthening together. So I'm just going to have you sit up nice and straight. And like we've done in many classes, we're just moving up a little bit. Here we go. Pull yourself up nice and straight. And you're going to look up at the ceiling. Great. All right. And then you're going to look straight ahead. All right. Now you're going to turn. And then turn to the other side. We're doing our upper body stretching now, right? All right. So we're going to just grab the elbows and we're going to stretch those shoulders a little bit. So you're going to pull across and then pull across to the other side. Good. As I said, we're doing the upper body stretching, so we're going to take our bands again. I'm using one that's a little bit tougher. The pink one is lighter, but remember, every company has their own color code. So this is just one company. But if you go and you buy bands, sometimes they give you all 3 strengths. So keep that in mind. Again, this is the toughest. All right, so we're going to do a band exercise. You're going to wrap the band this time. We haven't been doing that lately. Wrapping the band, great. Strengthening the upper body. We're going to go straight out from the shoulders. Now, if this is too easy, you're not feeling much resistance, you're going to wrap again. Sometimes we have to wrap one side twice. Straight out from the shoulder, and watch this, because we're talking about posture today, right? I have to keep reminding us because we're just not used to it. Pulling out straight. Oh boy, I feel that in the shoulders, the forearms, the hands, the wrists. And this is 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Can you do 10? And 9 and 10. Not too bad, right? Relax those arms a little bit. Drop your chin down just to relax that neck. All right, bring your head back up. Now we're going to try the band under the foot again. We're going to stretch the quadriceps. I know this isn't the upper body, but we're holding on to the band, so we're also strengthening our arms or our upper body. So we haven't done this one for a while. You're going to hold on to the ends of the bands. You can put your arms on the arms of the chair. Pull that band up a little and push down. Also tightens the abdomen, your lower back, your hips. And 3 It's great for your biceps and your triceps because you're putting a lot, I don't want to say strain, but you are working those muscles just by holding on. You can feel it. They get tight and push. Now you can push out or you can push more down, but I think out is easier. And we'll say this is 6 and 7 and 8. Just put that heel down. Let's switch over to the other foot. Feels pretty good. Underneath. And this is when our posture collapses, when we do things like this. So we'll remember when we sit up that we want to be nice and straight. Forearms down, nice and tall. And use your hands. Just pull up a little bit and feel those arms strengthen. And your quads too. And 3. So many of these exercises use so many different muscles. They're for different parts of the muscle, the body, and things you don't even think you're working on, but you really could be strengthening all over. Again, we have over 600 muscles, and we're going to exercise all of them at some point in these classes. So you're pulling, you're still holding on, your forearms are down on the arms of the chair, or at least your elbows, but I think it's easier with the forearm down, all right? Heel, let go with just one hand, and it shouldn't snap in your face when you do that. But let's stretch out just a little bit, all right? So you're going to do one of these, as if you're saying stop. We're going to pull those fingers back because you've been holding on tightly. Pull them back with stretching the hand, wrist, and the forearm. How does it feel? Might not feel terribly comfortable if you have a lot of arthritis in your hands. But do the best you can, because if you don't stretch at all, those hands will continue to do that, and you don't want that. So drop the hand down, turn sideways like this, take this free hand on top and very gently push. Feel a nice stretch up here. How does that feel? Great. And the other side, stop. Remember, you're going to hold those stretches, all of your stretches, at least 10 seconds. 15 is better. Some should be held even longer, really. So you're pulling back, you're feeling that stretch. The arm is straight. So let's say we've already held about 10 seconds. Drop down, turn the arm, and we're going to stretch all of this, the wrist especially. And then your hands, stretching the hands. I used to think these were silly when I was younger. Oh no, they feel really good now, you know? So we're going to just keep turning and turning. Great. Take each finger to the thumb. Again, great for arthritic hands, you know, just to keep them moving and supple. If you play the piano and you can still do it, it's wonderful. Great. Now just your thumbs. I don't know if we've done this one. This might be a first for us. And then the other way, all right? Okay. I want to do a little bit more for the triceps back here, but we have to use our feet for this one. We're still really working mostly on the upper body because that's where the posture happens, most of it. Look at my posture, sitting up straight. See the difference? Lift those legs up and pull back. If this is too easy with the band that you're using, wrap it or move your hands down the band a little bit. So that would be what? Doing something like that, right? So you're pulling back. This is great for your tricep. Can you feel that? And then let it go. Try it again. Wow, that feels good. I feel so strong today. You feel like a strong man, right? Back. Women need to be strong too. Yes. We'll use an example. Runners, for instance, usually have very strong legs, but if they don't do upper body work, they tend to be kind of smaller, and their muscles aren't as big as they should be in their upper body. But I'm sure a lot of our runners do strength training for all of the body. You're should be breathing out now and then, just so that you don't hold your breath. So we'll do a good. Sitting up straight, flexing those feet, and pulling back. You know, I like this one so much that I tend to just keep doing it. So we might be here a very long time, right? And you're pulling back again. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to put those heels down, and I'm going to do something that it's kind of a nothing exercise, but it does loosen up the wrist a little bit, and you're holding your arm up. If that sticks, that means there's humidity in the air. I bet some of the people that have been watching my classes are laughing at this because they think it's the silliest thing ever, which it might be, but it's kind of a nice break. Doesn't do a heck of a lot. Maybe it's good for our wrist, you think? Let's put the band down just for a few seconds. Actually, more than a few seconds. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the yoga cat, which is very good for your posture, and we've done it probably in every class. Hands on your knees and pull yourself up. So it's kind of a lazy way to straighten that back, pull the shoulders down. And actually, even though we're seated, I'd like you to think of kind of tucking that pelvis under a little, nice and tall. Pulling the head in, pulling the head in. Our necks probably don't have the strength they should have either. So I'm going to give you an exercise. You can relax a little bit. I'm going to give you an exercise to strengthen your neck. So you're going to take your hand and put it right back here at your neck. And you're going to just pull your head or your neck right back. Take these two fingers and very gently push that chin in. And while you're pushing back, you're resisting with your hand a little bit. I hope you can understand this one. You may not have to use your hand at all, but just pull that chin in as we do for our good posture and pull it right into your hand, but don't move the hand back or move back. Pull your head right into your hand as long as that doesn't hurt or you're not feeling anything strange back there. It's a good neck strengthener. There are actually machines, exercise machines, where you push a pad back and you hold it. So it's a really good machine. I'm going to try the other hand. Hand at the neck, pulling that head right back. It'll help you to keep that head up where it should be. Keep pulling, pulling, pulling. Great. I'm going to push back just a little bit. This is a little awkward, this one, but you can pull your head back and just hold that. Maybe let go and hold it. All right, so the opposite would be to come forward and drop the chin down, right? So you're going to just pull right up. Wonderful. Okay. Now you're going to take this hand, cross it over to the opposite knee, and I'd like you to just keep turning. Keep turning, keep turning. How does that feel? I think it feels good. This is rotation of the spine. We did that before. Take this hand, cross over. Let's hold it for 10 seconds. 1, 2. I'm using my hand to pull over 2, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we'll come back slowly. So we've done the flexion. We did that in the last class, and the extension. And now we're doing rotation. The spine can move in all these different ways. The spine can also bend. So I'm going to sit back a little bit on this one. Take this hand, cross it over, grab the arm of the chair. If you don't have an arm on your chair, just hold the seat under here, okay? And you're going to reach up, up, up as you bend, not this. Keep reaching. And you might feel something in there you haven't felt for a while. Yourself stretching all the way down the side. And hold it and hold it and hold it. Good. And then we'll come back. You're going to switch. Opposite arm goes up, up, and bend. Ah. Doesn't that feel good? I hope it does. And if it's too painful, don't strain, but just try a little bit more each time. Wonderful. And then we'll come back, sitting nice and tall again. You're going to clasp your hands together, turn them over. I think this is one of the easiest ways to stretch the arms, the upper back, your shoulders, and it's great for arthritic hands especially. Just see how much you can do. Can you straighten those arms? But all the time, pulling that chin in. Think of it as pulling back if you have to. But let's really watch out for that posture today. Good. All right. Then I'm going to give you kind of a silly one, but I think it helps to open up this area so that you can get that shoulder blade back where it should be. So you're going to take this arm, either one. You're going to turn a little bit in your chair and just fling that arm back of the chair, okay? Now, if you keep turning, you're not going to get much of a stretch. You have to stretch in the opposite direction. So you can put your hand down, you can put your hand here if you want, your arm, and just keep turning, and you'll feel this open up. How does that feel? Pretty good? I hope it's good. Nice, pull that head right in, good. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Just something a little different. And it feels good. All right, we'll try the other side. I'm going to turn just a little bit. Take this arm, fling it over. But you're not going to keep turning like this. You're going to take the opposite arm and turn in the direction of your arm. I have another good one like this for standing. We'll do it when we're standing up. And just turn your head back. Just something that I thought might work. Might be a little bit easier because you're using your chair. Good. All right. Now, what we're going to end with, as far as the upper body goes, is the 3 letters. And what are they? The first one is the Y. Do you remember? This is a Y. This isn't so difficult, is it? No. But I want you to bring those arms as far back as you can. I know you can feel this. You may not be able to go way back here. Just do what you can. Just bring them back. Let's take a breath first. And as you exhale, bring those arms back. How does that feel? Good. And just to relax, let's bring them forward. Drop your chin down, lift your shoulders up. This is poor posture, but we need this kind of stretch, this flexion stretch. All right, sitting up straight again. This is the Y. One more time. Breathe out as you bring those arms as far back as you can. Feels good? Yeah. Maybe it's a little bit easier. You can go back a little bit more. Yes? All right, we'll just very gracefully bring those arms down. Now we're going to do the T. Make sure you have plenty of room. You're not in a really narrow room. I hope all of this reminds you to pull that chin in and sit up nice and straight. You'll breathe out as you go back, 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 and back. Are you able? When you look out of the corner of your eye, you should barely be able to see your hand. If you can see your hand, that's okay. But someday you'll get them all the way back and you won't be able to. I can feel that myself. You won't be able to see your hand at all. So keep that in mind. Let's do this again just to relax. A nice hug, and you'll come forward. Good. And then sitting up straight. Wonderful. For the last one, seated, anyway, we're going to do the W, which is this. But your arms shouldn't be up here. Your elbows should be down. And sit away from the back of the chair. And just breathe out as you bring your arms down or your elbows down and back. So you're reaching all of the upper, mid, and almost the lower back. Opposite, just hands together. Let's breathe up. And as you exhale, make sure the elbows are down. Go back, 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 and back. Wonderful. Have I worked you too hard? Oh, well, you know when to stop, right? Let's grab some water. We're going to stand up just for a couple of minutes. And we're going to do some exercises that are good for posture and the lower body too a little bit. All right, wonderful. So we're going to get to the back of your chair. So most of you will be back here. But if I stood back here, you wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing, right? All right, so here's what we're going to do. We could call this almost a ballet class because of the moves that we're making. The first thing we're going to do is just feet kind of straight ahead. They're not turned out at all. Just going to lift the arm up. Maybe this looks like a ballet hand, huh? Lift up, up, up. Push the hips forward a little bit. And do a little back bend. This is the one we do so little of, the movement we do so little of, the going back stuff. We have to do more of that because that counteracts this, all this stuff that we do all the time. See? Reaching up, pushing the hips forward, and we're going to go back. Now watch, I'm going to bring my arm back so I can see you, and I'm going to turn, good. And then we're going to come back. You're going to bring the arm down. So we can call these back bends, right? The other arm is up, up, and up. Same thing. Lift, lift, lift. So instead of arching the back, you're tucking the pelvic area underneath or forward, whichever you can understand most. So reaching up, and let's do a little back bend. If it does bother your neck, you can support your neck with that hand instead of bringing it all the way up. So that's pretty good, right? Not too bad? No, okay. Now something else I'd like us to do is, well, we usually end with this, but I think I'm going to do it now. This is the runner stretch or the walker stretch, and this is good for like everything. But always be thinking of your posture because that's what this show is about today, right? All right, now how do we do that? How do we make sure the leg is back far enough? This is what you do. You just point the toe. Now, if we brought the arm forward like this would be an arabesque in ballet, which is also kind of good for this area, tightens and tones that up. Why don't we do that? A couple of arabesques, just lifting. All right, now your toe is here, ball of your foot comes down, and then you pull the heel down. All right, but your posture, I want you to push yourself up, nice and tall. Front knee is bent a little bit. I have to go back a little bit farther. Wonderful. So we're stretching. We're pulling the chin in for balance. We're strengthening the front leg. And now we're going to practice our balance. Do one hand first or one arm first. Good. And then the other. And just see if you can balance. How about both? What do you think? How are you doing? Bring those arms up. Hello, peekaboo. Bring those arms down. Whoops. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. All right. The other side. Toe. Now, while you're here this time, just hold on. We'll get started on that one in a minute. Bring the arm up again and do a little back bend here. These are ballet moves, and there is a type of exercise called barre, B-A-R-R-E, the French spelling, and it's a whole series of ballet exercises. We're going to have to get a ballet bar in here, I think. You're going to pull that heel down now. Pull it down, push yourself up, pull that chin in, strength, stretch, balance, posture, all of it, right? Good, good, good. You still there? Wonderful. All right. I want us to do another stretch I don't know if we've done yet. Remember, you're not standing like this. You need to be straight. You're just going to put one foot over the other, and you're going to hold on the whole time on this because it's just a stretch. But I'm going to work that arabesque step in just a little bit. But let's stretch first. Just drop forward as much as you can. Keep your head up and drop down. Some of you might just be able to come here, but if you keep doing it, and little by little, you'll get down a little bit more, then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. And you're using the chair, so you're not going to fall. You're going to come up with that arm again, that ballet arm. Again, think of pushing those hips forward a little bit. And do a back bend here. Isn't this great? And this is good for posture, too, because you're pulling yourself up. So there's a lot we can do. Just be conscious of it. All right, let's try the other side, though, the other foot. Crossing. Now, if you would be more comfortable on the other side of the chair, you should do that, but it shouldn't make that much of a difference. All right, you're going to just drop down. I find it's an easy stretch, but it feels like it's doing more than just dropping forward. So we've got the feet crossed here. Keep your head up if you have to. And then you're going to come up slowly. Same thing, reaching for the sky. Pushing yourself forward. I'm sorry, back. Wonderful. And then bring that arm down. How does that feel? All right, now this is something we're going to do a little different here. You are behind your chair now, correct? The next thing, or the last thing I'd like you to do is turn around like this. You won't be able to see me, but it's a really good stretch for posture and this area of the body, because this is all crunched, all right? So you're going to do this, so you won't see me now for a few seconds, right? Unless you want to watch me first and then try it. And just be careful. Watch first. You're going to take a few little steps forward, pull that chin in, and do a little back bend here. And you're going to feel this open up, and you're going to feel shoulder blades come together, and it shouldn't hurt. because I think you're already stretched out now anyway. And then you can just walk back. Don't you love this one? If you're still watching, I'd like you to turn now, and I want you to walk forward. I think we're going to end with this today because it's such a good one. Do it as long as you can. Pull that chin in, push forward. You're nice and tall, your legs are straight. Bring the shoulder blades together. That means pull your shoulders back. Look up at the ceiling. And I just love this one because we're using something to help, right? All right, then we'll just relax. I'm going to have you sit down and do nothing for a couple of minutes anyway. I don't even know if we have that much left, but we're going to check it out, grab some water. So we've done a lot for posture, and we'll do it again. And I may be giving you some different things. I've got so much to give you, and I can't do it all in half an hour. So I'm going to surprise you about tomorrow's class, but I hope you'll tune in and try to do as much as you can on your own. When you're sitting, remember the sitting show yesterday? You know, if the television is on and there's music, if you're watching The Voice or something, get up and move around, even if you just march in place. Anything at all. Twist your body a little bit. Kick out. When I've been sitting for quite a while, I get up and I keep moving for 10 or 15 minutes. I'll just do anything that comes to my mind, lifting my knees up. So there's always something we can do. But just keep moving. Sitting is probably the worst thing you could do for yourself. So we'll see you next time. Make sure you have your water. Always have your weights in your band, just in case. And have a good day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.